Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Early this year, we discovered there's a leak in our roof. And we decided this is about the time for us to put on a new roof. It was really hard work for the roofers because the temperature was low and the wind was high, making working on the roof to be difficult and, in fact, at times it was dangerous. We want to show our appreciation for the team who works on the roof, and we decided that we will cook them a meal. In fact, the team leaders told us that we were the only customer that have ever cooked a meal for them of all the years they have been doing roof installation. We told them that we were glad to be able to do that. With my wife and I working together, in fact, it took us only about an hour to put this meal together, all the way from start to finish. So I cooked 4 dishes for 6 people. And I really have fun in cooking these dishes with my fast cooking system. The word fast stands for flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. And the reason that I was able to cook this dish so quickly is due to advanced prepping. Most of my ingredients are all ready to go. There are just a few things I need to prep. This includes thawing out the meat. The first dish is a ground venison. The ground venison was given to me by our neighbor, and he is a deer hunter. I tailored this dish specifically to what I think the roofing team might enjoy. So I used ground venison together with some black bean. Together I cook with some frozen vegetables. And this dish is cooked according to a basic template for ground meat. I first break up the ground venison, use a hamburger meat masher. This is a very handy tool to have for this purpose. In fact, I also use the same tool to break up rice when I make fried rice. I then season the dish with some garlic as well as some hot pepper flakes. I add the frozen vegetable directly from the freezer to the wok. I discovered that this is the best way to stir-fry frozen vegetables. This will prevent the frozen vegetable to turn mushy, particularly if I thaw them out in advance. Next, I season the dish with oyster sauce as well as with a teriyaki sauce. I find this combination gives the dish the flavor that I'm looking for. And then I add 2 cans of black bean. And with a few quick stir, the dish is done. This dish is pretty fast to cook. The total cook time is a bit over 8 minutes. I season this dish very much as a Asian dish, but you could season this dish in any other way that you would like. This dish has a great sauce, so it will go very well with rice. The next dish that I cook is a chicken stir-fry dish with broccoli and pink pineapples. This dish has a combination of orange chicken and teriyaki chicken flavor. I start with 1 pound of chicken, and I shallow fry them in my Cuisina 14-inch stainless steel wok. I first coat the chicken with cornstarch and a touch of sugar. I shallow fry the chicken on one side for about 60 seconds before I turn it over to fry the other side. This will give the chicken a very light, crispy texture. And then I add about 2 cups of broccoli to the chicken. Since I want to cook the broccoli relatively lightly, so by the time when the chicken is done, the broccoli will be just cooked right. Next, I switch to a wok spatula and I stir fry everything together for about a minute. I season the chicken with a Panda Express orange sauce. And this is followed by the finer teriyaki sauce. I find that together will give the type of flavor that I enjoy, and this is part of my flavor chasing strategy by using a combination of different sauces. Finally, I add the pink pineapple to the wok. I add them toward the end because I want to cook them very lightly. And with a quick heel stir, the dish is ready to be served. And the total cook time of this dish is also about 8 minutes. Again, this dish is based on a basic template for shallow fried chicken as well as for stir fried chicken with broccoli. The pink pineapple is given to me by a friend, and I have never had pink pineapple before. It is a new variety of pineapples that has low acidity. And I decided that I'm going to try it in this dish, and it actually turned out very well. And together, the pink apples match very well with the orange sauce. This is a good example of template-based cooking. I take whatever I have available to make this dish. Since I know the template well, I know the dish would turn out to be fine. The first dish that I'm going to cook is an egg with tomato and scallions. This dish is very fast to cook, so it is a good one to insert into the menu. And the contrast between the egg and the tomato is excellent, provide a great culinary experience. I first stir fry 7 eggs, and before I stir fry them, I beat up the egg and I add some seasoning to the egg. I use the wok spatula to push the cooked eggs from the center and then let the uncooked egg to fill the space. This makes the cooking process much faster. And then I add about 1.5 cup of sliced cherry tomatoes. This is a great way to cook eggs with tomatoes. And I want the tomatoes to be very lightly cooked so that it will retain its shape and form. And then I use the wok spatula to gently fold the eggs over the tomatoes. I try not to scramble the eggs. This will give the eggs better flavor. And the soft texture of the egg match very well with the tomatoes. This dish cooks very quickly. It takes only about 3 minutes. I then garnish the dish with some oyster sauce. This is followed by some scallions. Okay, now I'm ready to cook the final dish. This is a shrimp dish with asparagus, portobello mushroom, and colored bell pepper. I coat the shrimp with a thin layer of cornstarch, also with a slight touch of sugar, to create a crispy texture for the shrimp. I used the shallow fry template for the shrimp, pretty much the same as I did with the chicken. After I shallow fry the shrimp on one side for about 40 seconds, I turn it over to fry the other side. And by now the shrimp is about 70% cooked. I then add the asparagus, and this is followed by some purple cabbage as well as by some colored bell pepper. This is then followed by the addition of some portobello mushroom. Now, all of these ingredients took very little time to cook. So by the time when the shrimp is ready, everything should be cooked perfectly. After stir fry the contents for about 20 to 30 seconds, I'm now ready to season the dish. I'm going to first season it with some oyster sauce. This is then followed by a combination of some hoisin sauce and some teriyaki sauce. This three sauce together, based on my past experience, work very well with shrimp and asparagus. To complete the dish, I'm going to add a bit of water to remove any material that might have stick and burn to the bottom of the wok and return the flavor back to the dish, as well as to create a light sauce. And the total cook time of this dish is about 6 minutes. So I cooked this entire meal with 4 dishes for 6 people in approximately a little bit less than 30 minutes. This dish is a good demonstration of how the fast cooking system is flexible, effective, and able to expand to cook for a large number of people, as well as for just 1 to 2 individuals. I'm glad that we were able to make this meal for those individuals who has worked on our roof as a show of our appreciation for their time and effort. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking practical, efficient, creative, and fun using my fast cooking system. And if you'd like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.